Hello, audience. Today we are taking a look at Voidtrain. So, I'm gonna be right up front with this. I am not a huge fan of a lot of, like, survival crafting games. They're just generally kind of not my bag. But I liked the look of this from an aesthetic sense, and get to build a train in a void. So, I mean, I kind of like that. At least on paper. Actual implementation, like, who knows? But we'll obviously be finding that out as we... Oh. We sub from round the wheel.
Should have kept the warranty on that train.
Thank you. So, let's have a bit of a look around this game and see how we feel about it after, well, about 3 hours. So, are we going to be able to, like, modify our character any? Yeah, we can do some. It doesn't look like there's a huge amount that we can choose from, but, you know, we can do the usual sort of, like, dial in the body, see what happens. We're just going to leave it basically about normal, though. As we can see that our clothing options are fairly limited. Well, this game is still in early access, so to be fair, please, for the love of goodness, finish your actual game first. Also, yeah, old Twitter logo makes me weirdly nostalgic in this way that sounds really, really effing stupid. But also, like, not that Twitter was a great website before it was purchased by the guy that they were really trying to convince us wasn't doing Hitler salutes on, like, in November 2024, I think it was even. But obviously, once he took over and he changed the name and the logo, I think that is sort of like a turning point in history in a way that sounds real stupid. We're going to turn dropping loot on death off. Because I don't like that. Again, many reasons why I don't especially enjoy a lot of survival crafty kind of games is because of stuff like that. Okay, it's just 0 or 1 sharks. I guess we're going with 1 sharks, but the rest of this is going to stay about the same for now. I'm not going to meddle with that because I frankly do not completely understand, except there's monsters to worry about.
The spirit of adventure beckons so much it's pointless to resist it. Some people find enough courage to get on a train and head off into space.
I mean, if space travel was that easy.
So no. Wrong again. These are all wrong stories. Ah, there it is, the forest. This train was passing through impenetrable dense forests.
Then how is it if they're whatever.
All the way up here, right into the heart of the endless snowy nowhere. A perfect place for those who prefer tranquility, silence, and minus 45 degrees outside the window.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
The man who made off into this palace of silence, the engineer. He'll be here on watch duty for many long and cold months, until the next lucky guy strides in to replace him. If one comes through at all, of course. But there's no need to feel sorry for him. Although the terrain is wild, there's plenty to see and do around here, especially if you're curious enough. Fortunately for my story, engineers are almost always inquisitive and attentive. These people notice things that elude the average person.
So, I'm gonna make a very, like, stupid little complaint. The narrator really needs to pause more between sentences.
The chilly wind blew the engineer off the trail, which he immediately lost sight of. His fingers instantly eventually turned into ice like everything else around it.
Like, this line was read better, but the other ones,
A map of the terrain,
at times, I think maybe they sort of, like, cut out some of those pauses artificially.
Trevorrow's timing didn't allow the engineer to suffer for long. All of a sudden, in the middle of snowy nowhere, it appeared. Where to, by the way? The building didn't seem to be on the engineer's maps.
Like I said, probably a bit of a weird complaint, but it does make some of it sound unnatural.
This is how it all usually starts. In that strange hut, there was nothing. No people, no warmth, only darkness.
Also, fast loading screen. I couldn't read the hint. I mean, good that it loads fast, but still. Also, my GPU temperature has dropped about 10 degrees Celsius since I actually started the game, so it's more stressful on the title screen, apparently. That is bizarre. Anyway, we've got some pretty basic controls going on here. Maybe things will get significantly worse when I start turning lights on. Oh, I see. There's our objective indicator. I didn't even notice that at first. Ooh.
If I were you, I'd look for a key. Or something that looks like a key. Maybe just something heavy.
Yeah, we can leave that on, probably. Oh, that's not going to help us get in there.
Well, I don't think that's going to help.
That seems a little light. Might be useful, though.
A heavy blunt object. Gotta grab it.
Well, plus, that's just going to be good at all kind of points, right? A lot of character to these animations. They're quite long, but that's fine. We're in no rush. We're probably in no danger.
I'm afraid there's nothing left to fix with a hammer. Any other ideas?
Just use the hammerhead as a fuse, clearly. That sounds like a terrible idea. Yeah, that thing's not getting closed cleanly again.
And so, my glorious hero, having passed all the hardships of his watch, finally obtains a light in order to notice something strange on the table?
Now, hold up, though. Our narrator did use the wrong pronouns for us, but I guess that's probably not
Remains
finished.
impregnable. There is too much snow outside.
Ah, yes. Be careful with this thing. Don't touch the contacts. Carefully now. Oh. That's fun. We of course got by the table. The table that probably took absolutely no damage.
Hey, you all right? Oh, you're finally awake. A typical day on watch, huh?
The heck is that? It's got huge eyeballs. I don't know, I think a creature with big bug eyes would probably not have a great time. So we sort of like swim fly a little bit in the middle of space here, which makes sense. I feel like I wasn't really expecting that, and just the way that it seemed visually presented in a lot of the earlier material that I looked at, it sort of looked like we were just high up in the sky a lot of the time. But we got ourselves a quest book that we can track here. Anything useful to... Got a couple of... Yeah, an interesting photograph here and a few other bits and pieces that don't really mean a ton to me. I can't read the... Well, first of all, I can't read it from the sheer dimensions of it. Like, maybe if I had a bigger screen, I'd be able to. But also, I cannot read this runic alphabet. It's probably not intended to actually say anything real, but for all I know... And we can apparently get some cosmetic options for these things. Okay, yeah, there's our handbrake. Well, brake in general, but of course it's hand operated, so it would be a handbrake, right?
Well, pretty much. Try pulling these up. All right now, just slowly.
Just eat during the mini game. That's how you're gonna describe. Well, fair enough. Okay then.
That's a useful book you've picked up. Is the author some kind of scientist or inventor? He's not too upset that we stole his train. That was awkward.
Yeah, so here's our little bumper. Okay, we need to collect some scrap metal and some wood. Again, as to be expected. Like I said, this is sort of a bit of a survival crafty kind of title. So there's going to be a lot of stuff like this, but I'm sure that's fine-ish, probably. Try going the other way. Switch direction and brake. Okay, that should get us going at least for a moment here. What's up with you? Ooh. That is not dangerous, it doesn't seem like, so at least there's that, but pick those up. Extent to which your health can be automatically restored outside of combat. Bleeding can be restored by consuming organics, ice, or cooked food from the kitchen. It's more satiated than other options. It's called hunger. In case you have 0 hunger, you will not die, but your health will no longer regenerate automatically. Right, because I've certainly seen that word before. I just am not good at pronouncing it, so. Yeah, use the replacement where you need to. I could just pull the brake on the train, we'd be fine, but the motion is probably helpful to, well, assist me in gaining access to some more things. Pick up an object just labeled chemical. Yes, I'm sure that that's completely safe. That's a very good idea. Nothing bad can possibly come of this, except for all the things that can. Press B and T to open the build book. Select an object and build it. If you don't have the resources, the project will start by later. Or okay. So you need research points. Yep, resources or components. Research table. Items that can be used. That's handy. More complex the component, the more points it will yield. As you would certainly hope. Okay, so are we allowed to put the desk on our vehicle here? We certainly are, actually. Oh, hey, this thing's kind of cute. Is this just feel? I think this is just feel. Okay, we need some points in order to be able to make a chest or to build ourselves a smeltery, so we got plenty of those, so we can buy the smelter research first. And we'll worry about building a chest later. Parentheses, we don't build them just yet, we just get the research points for it, but listen. I'll get there probably. Some workstations may require fuel, yeah. Fuel the workstation's furnace. Let's convert into points stored within it. Accumulated fuel points are returned as items that can be reused. Thank goodness. Oh. Oh, otherwise that would annoy the shit out of me if not. What we need there? Okay, that needs 2 scrap metal. This requires 1 scrap metal and 1 chemical. Okay, then. I see what you're working with here. Kind of. For some reason, this scrap metal can turn into both iron and copper, which does not make any fucking sense, but okay. Why not? Why not, indeed? Can we reach that other chunk of scrap metal? No way. It is too far for us. I think we need a... We're gonna need a bigger rope. Oh. We keep bumping into the bottom because I'm dumb. That's why. 1 second, everybody. Yeah, now I gotta rearrange all my windows and stuff, because I screwed up slightly. Although, yeah, I really noticing for some reason that the menu seems to like really spike the heat on my GPU. It wasn't as huge there, but it is noticeable, and I think that is very strange. Maybe because in the back of my head I'm like, oh yeah, that's obviously going to be, you know, heat will be relative to amount of stress put on the device. And you would think that the menu would be the thing that would have kind of the least of that. But I wouldn't necessarily call myself an expert in any of those areas, so... Main thing I can tell you is that the price of these computer parts is too damn high. Just like the rent in... God, that's like years old. So... Listen to me referencing something so old that I'm sure that the standard Twitch audience of almost actual babies are like younger than it. So... That's fun. Also, hi, Tav. Oh, we gotta actually pick up the... Oh, right, because it doesn't shit straight into our inventory because we have to wait for things to craft. Which is sensible, but... I was slightly thrown off. You know what? Sure, here, have a whole 4 woods, so that way I can afford the Container 1 research here. And now I need a little bit more... Yeah, I need to go grab a couple more... I need to go grab 2 more wood in order to... In order to build a chest. That's scrap metal anyway. That's not wood. We can't make a chest out of scrap metal. Are you being silly right now? Come on. You know better than that. Although, would it really be that unreasonable? Come on. I'm glad they gave me a horn for this thing. There's other, like, horn sounds in video games that are better, obviously, but, I mean, hey. If If I get to drive a vehicle and honk a horn in a video game, even though it typically does not matter whatsoever if you do that, I just sort of appreciate that. Alright. And we get ourselves a nice old wooden crate there. And next we've got to build a workbench, huh? So... hold on a second, I'm being dumb here. Did I really forget the button to... and the answer is yes. Oh, right, no, I have to just look at the research table. Obviously, you'd think that I would remember that, and I would not. Okay, so... workbench. There's copper components for us in the future. A random floor light. Okay, that's... fun. So, my question now is going to be, what is our best use of getting... or our best way of getting research points, I suppose. Just pick up stuff out of the void. It's kind of fine, I guess. Now, unfortunately, I can't go all the way over there. Yeah, I don't think those particles are actually from items. Never mind. They're just kind of particles because particles. Alright, so do you try to launch me or do you try to give me the suck? Yeah, we can't go any further that direction. Particles, man. I get it. Oh, Particleman. Yeah, okay, that horn sound is not as good as the shitty little car horn in Borderlands, but I mean, that's the main thing that Borderlands has going for it, so if it was better, that would be very unfortunate. It's okay, this game has a very obvious thing over this. Why are you making this comparison? And it's that that Gearbox wasn't involved with it. Anyway. Unfortunately, I just started thinking about I'm only thinking about that because of the horn. That's the only good part of Borderlands, is being able to squeak that goofy little car horn. Everything else in that game is bad. And whether or not it's a matter of Borderlands, you know, if there's better looter shooters out there, it's a bad idea in itself. So, who cares? Anyway, let's swim back up to the train and take stock of our inventory here. It's controlled using the I button for reference. Now, how much do we need for the desk again? 4. All right. Well, We have mostly wood, so we'll do that. And what do you need for this? 2 iron bar and 1 wood. Well, that means that we can dump 1 more chunk of wood in here as fuel, and we can build ourselves... I think just 1 more iron bar is all we need. Which is fine. We have to do these basically one at a time anyway because it's space constraints. Oh, right. I need 1 more. Right. Think this through. Yeah, we are definitely going to want to be able to put down a piece of flooring somewhere at some points. That way we can start putting together, well, so that way we can have actual space to do stuff in. So, complete technology stage 2. Oh, that's a lot of stuff to farm out here. That's 4. Okay, it's only 4 for that, but also another 10 to be able to get our light, which I'm sure is going to be counted in there as part of completion, right? Okay, no, I see some stuff that might be items over there. Or again, it might just be shiny stuff, shiny particles. For all I know. No, I think it's more chemical, which I don't know how useful any of the chemicals are going to be. Because I don't know how much copper we need. Which is why I didn't spend the small amount that we had into research points right away, because I'm sure that we're going to need quite an amount of copper because we're building electronics, at least at some points. And honestly, even if we weren't, copper is just a very useful metal for a lot of things in general, so there would definitely be a lot of call for it. Oh, hey. Trying to use the transmission here. Oh, the thing came back up. Like making the train shut. Yes. Hey, you. Let's go steal some of our logs again. So that way we can research that. And like I said, we need to go grab like 10 things in order to be able to make a floor lamp. But it does seem that we're now able to just move on to this. That's quite helpful. I can wait like however many minutes I need in order to bother with getting the lamp. I mean, obviously we're going to want that eventually, but... Oh, yeah. Pull the handle. Well... Well, at least so far they're not trying to send weird monsters at me. So that's good. They are being fair about giving me time to get acclimated. Generally speaking, I just wouldn't put it past a lot of these games to not do that. Add those. And unlock our water condenser and our kitchen 1 here. And there's all this other stuff that we can get later. Build a water condenser. Alright, so what's our requisites for this? Some wood, some bolts from the workbench, and copper pipe. Yeah, I told you there was going to be some copper involved at some point here. You know, a metal that you can use to make all kind of very useful things, like pennies. Now, you're probably thinking, but the penny hasn't actually been made of copper for a very long time, and you're right. More recent pennies were made of zinc, with, like, a tiny bit of copper electroplating on them, I think. I think it's electroplated, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's fine. Those aren't a thing that's going to exist anymore anytime soon because of some fucking reason. You know, instead of just like mass deflation or something to make it so that way zinc is worth even less. Technically, this would work. But unfortunately, it's because rich people are so stupid and they can only perceive number go up. I don't know where I'm going with this bit, but... money is just kind of fucked up in general in a lot of ways, so... Here, let's put a couple of logs in here and back up real quick. We've got to make a copper pipe that's only 1 bar, thankfully, and a bolts, which is... oh no, that's a different recipe. Okay. Alright, so it's just 1 ingot apiece. That's pretty good. Better than that. It's good. Alright, let's take that. Well, you see, on the upside, if we just completely walk away from this workbench, it will automatically build our bolts for us somehow. I'm not necessarily sure if that makes sense, but okay. Well, we got parts for a water condenser, and it really doesn't take up much space. However, it does take 2 minutes. I think I was expecting this thing to be fucking huge, like some sort of like ginormous water tower kind of thing. And that way we can write Florence, y'all, on it. Or, well, originally they were going to... this is a water tower that's in Florence, Kentucky. And they were originally building a mall over there that was going to be called the Florence Mall. and the mall didn't get finished. The project got canceled. But they had already built the water tower and already written the phrase Florence Mall on it. So they just erased a couple of lines and turned it into Florence, y'all. You know, right in Kentucky, where it can be like a weird joke, but also this famous landmark. I mean, all considered, it is a pretty good story. I was gonna say, don't you have that, like, Silent Hill mall that's not finished? No, not literally based on Silent Hill, but... I mean, does that count as an unfinished scam? Dismantled. Increase. Well, listen, it's because nobody goes to the mall anymore. Because to be honest with you, that mall actually kind of sucks. Now here, I'm curious, is this thing worth any extra points? Okay, so it's worth 5. All right, it's a good idea then to feed the weird animal our ingots instead of just random objects. Here, can you consume... You cannot consume water for that. Oh, well. Oh, hey, look at all this shit that we haven't seen yet. Well... Oh, hey, there is zinc in there. Oh, think again, Jimmy. Yeah, all the weird space fish are going to be like, oh, it's that idiot honking the horn on the train again. They're never going to get out of the way now. Eesh. Oh, it really wants to eat my copper bars here. Here, let's do that. And sure, we'll research that floor lamp too. Why not? We probably want to at some point. This stuff away. Well, put the water away in there, I guess, at least. And it wants to build a kitchen. First of all, do we have space for that? And second of all... Oh, we haven't... Oh, no, we have finished that. Never mind. Alright. Bolts, some more wood, copper pipe, and a gear. I gotcha. See, it's 2 iron bars and 1 copper bar. Well, put 2 of those in there. Looks like copper pipe you wanted, right? Yes. gear and a... Oh. Wow, thank you for the... I was gonna say, is that 3 resubs? No, it's 2, but thank you.
Playing Paper Mario 64 without what? How so? I dunno. I can't see what I'm typing.
Collected a gear. So we still just need the 1 part in order to build that kitchen, but we'll work on that in a second. Probably going to want to get moving here so that way I can actually reach some more of this stuff. I really hope there's a couple areas of this map that are a little bit more lucrative for us to operate from. Because otherwise, the gameplay of needing to keep move forward all the time. I mean, again, it kind of fits with the idea, but it would get a little bit tedious. Of just like, yeah, I can pick up 3 things. Go pull the handbrake on the train, wait for another, like, 20 seconds. Look at the visuals, and... yeah, a little bit more. Stop that thing. I mean, technically, if we wanted to go further and faster, we could play around with the handle that has a much more technical name that I cannot remember. Wow, that thing is incredibly rude. Gave us the suck just so we could get exploded. Oh, I think it might just be a handle. Okay, now we just gotta manufacture a bolt here. I know what I said. I think. Do I have all the parts that I need for this again? Yeah, there it is. I just got a little bit confused because I was thinking it was something else. Alright, and here's our heating thing here. Yeah, we gotta add fuel to it as well. Makes sense. Where's our... what's... okay, that was just a weird glitch. It was acting like I was grabbing onto the bar the whole time. Oh, we can now create and consume some boiled water. I'm sure that just at least wait for it to cool off, you know? Right-click use, probably not the most effective way of doing that, really. On our part, you know. Let's make a quick copper pipe here and see if this is worth more points or not. It's worth 8. That's pretty decent. So, I mean, since time isn't really a thing that matters to us at this point, as far as I'm aware, it might be well within our interest to just process some of our materials decently to get better research points out of them. Good to know. I mean, it makes sense. I just didn't really realize that was necessarily the case. As we get some more of that green glob, and come back here. Yeah, we need another couple of units of fuel in here. Cook another copper ingot. Oh yeah, I keep trying to like shift click on these to forcibly add a large amount to the thing, but that's not actually that useful. Doesn't work that way. Can't build those yet. Are we able to? I have no idea what that's for us right now, but hey. So our container rack requires an iron bar, a set of bolts, and a piece of wood. Fair enough. Pull the brake handle. Need iron bars still, right? And back we go. That, and it was bolts we needed it, right? Yeah. Put our container rack. Actually, yeah, we can press N to deconstruct this. I think, yeah, it's going to be our point. We get the items back in our inventory. Now replace this thing, and now put the box back in there. Let's take a look at that new quest in a second after I put these back. Update your PayPal and add $50 to pay for Discord. You need to add more because of tax. Fuck the credit card companies for making it extremely difficult to use these services. It's PayPal. Can't get any safer than... I mean... I kind of just have to say that... Yeah, credit card companies can be a little bit too, at times, nervous about some of that stuff. From the limited experience that I've had, but basically, that's just kind of... Yeah. What a mess is all I can say. Like Square Enix every time it's suspicious. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Never mind, that's actually your credit card company looking out for you. They look over at all that money that they have sucked directly out of you for FF14 subscriptions, and they go, that seems a little bit fucked up. Oh, music is changing a fair bit. I do feel like we are getting places a little bit. Yeah, I would not be surprised if that was the case. Now, of course, I already have my opinions on Discord and paying them that I think are probably apparent already. But I digress. It is still kind of like, you know, credit card companies could stand to relax. Although, I mean, honestly, we still exist in an area where it comes to, you know, things we gotta say about the payment processors, period, so... That part is probably regardless of any of those, though. Anyhow. Tav out here making the terrible puns as usual. Listen to this guy continuing to make fun of me for some reason. I'd ask what I did to deserve this, but I think I already know. Anyway. I stole your rampage and I would do that. It was on Friday. Yeah, Friday I fell asleep, everybody. Anyway, he's like, oh, well, what happened to the stream on Friday? What happened was I fell asleep and I just, like, way overslept past an alarm that I had set for, like, 6:40. And then my brain just is like, yeah, well, hey, enjoy waking up in the middle of way past your sort of stream time, so what happens sometimes, your brain just dies or something. I love being completely non-functional sometimes. Oh, that's a big Not actually a tentacle. That is flat. And I'm not exactly sure what it is. It has like it looks like a very rudimentary tongue, but it also could be some sort of like banner or something. So I have no idea if that's dangerous. I mean, we do seem to be coming up to this big triangle for some reason. Excuse me. I guess sometimes you just kind of have to have a weird big triangle thing. And it's getting rained on, I think. Okay, loot catcher's nest. What is this, and what do I need to build it, more importantly? Because, yeah, you gather resources in the void in exchange for water. Okay, that is extremely good. That is a... I need a wire, a gear, and a bolts. Okay. Ah, I see. Stuck in the thing. Pick that up and... Oh, so is this just taking us into a tunnel? Is this safe and not a dead end? Huh. Not sure what I expected. Although that does look a little bit dangerous. Oh god, it's gonna death ray us, isn't it? Oh, nope. It's going to grab us, and we're going to start getting sucked at high speeds.
Of course, I didn't expect to be greeted with balloons and fanfare, but where is everybody?
That's a good question, Mega Man. But also, hey, we've got a place to hang out here. Can we build at this place? I don't think we can build here. Our other required piece for this is a bolt. Well, let's explore around and probably, like, get killed or something, because surely this place is probably a little dangerous, right? Ooh. We got a sample of some blue, apparently. All right. Maybe that's helpful. I hear some unpleasant noises. Ah, good. At least we take out our anchoring rope for stuff like that. I mean, honestly, I could probably just do my space swimming without that. Right? Surely that would be sensible. Nagito from Danganronpa for Pass Rando. Starting point for a mirror shield playable sprite for. Interesting.
Well, the goddesses of time and fate can't weave a long life path for everyone. Well, at least he won't be needing a revolver anymore.
Ah, yes, here's Mr. Here's Boney M here and his skeleton. Stole his gun.
Who do you
Well-
think this skeleton was? So many diagrams on the table. He's probably some kind of designer. Well,
At bare minimum,
used to be.
apparently this revolver just has infinite ammunition. Which is absolutely a thing that I know revolvers for, right? I mean, sure, we've got to reload it with relative frequency, but...
That was a great idea. But don't ever do the same thing, okay?
Say, how fast is that real... Oh, that is quick.
I got an idea. We're gonna need those parts soon.
I know, maybe this thing does like 0 damage or something. We'll find out that, like, our fists are stronger or whatever. Spend the rest of this game crafting bullets. Well, thankfully we have infinite basic ammunition for the revolver for some reason. Bullets, you can build a train out of the bullets. You mean a bullet train? That's what they used to call that, like, high-speed maglev trains. I don't know if that's still a thing, but... Maybe they will let us craft special ammunition, or we find a bigger gun. The Revolver 2.0. This time it revolves twice. That's right. It's a revolver with an ammo belt. That sounds so fucking stupid. What would they possibly put? Oh, right. That's a thing in BioShock. That is the joke, by the way, is making fun of the goofy ass belt drive revolver in BioShock. Listen, I enjoy that game, but also...
The console on the platform looks suspiciously similar to the device in the blueprints. It was mentioned there in the train upgrade paragraph.
Ooh. We can upgrade our doodad here. What do we, Enough resources. Upgrade wagon. That seems to be what we have. So.
Truly an engineer.
Ooh, we got a little bit more space. That is fantastic. Items left at the depot will be destroyed. Well, we should probably hang around for a little while longer then. And by that, I mean... never, ever move. Because apparently we can just gather resources by feeding this machine that we're about to build some water. Some Walter, I guess. Some Walter White. Oh, right, we gotta find those in the bolts instead of me standing around saying stupid things. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? What if it was just like a train, but also a submarine? I swear this is sensible. Good catcher's nest. This will track after that. In return for water, I'll help you gather items from the void within a certain radius and store them in the... Okay, so it's not quite as good as what I was thinking it sounds like, but hey. We get another seal. Yeah, it seems like it just gathers the nearby items. It doesn't necessarily produce more. Also, we have to be properly in the void in order to work with it, I guess. But, is there more stuff for us to pick up here? F, why are you like that? Oh, right. I know why you're like this. Never mind. What am I saying? And for those of you who are wondering why he's like this, I'm not going to tell you. Time to make sure that I didn't miss anything, because that notice does have me a little bit worried. There's also like weird creature noises around, which is moderately concerning, but I'm sure it'll be fine, probably. Oh, yeah, see, here we go. Don't forget about these things. Oops. It's fine, probably. Yeah, it looks like that's all we can do here, so it's off we go. Back to the void with us. Research and build a garden. Alright, so what's our... status of what we need for any of this. We need a couple more points, but first of all, I think we should probably put down some floor here. And there, we've expanded things out a little bit, and we have some more space for ourselves. That thing just flew right through us. This up there, and there's our workbench. Neat. I think it is literally producing items because that wood is like over there. Take a look after it goes through another cycle here. No, that did pick up the wood. So unfortunately, it's not quite producing items, but I mean, that's still very, very useful. It does kind of make me continue to be like moderately like about supplies of things. And it makes me think, "Oh, could I fuck this up horribly?" But on the other hand, at least this fella can make sure that I don't make a complete ass out of myself here. Just most of one. Let's see how much. Let's give us 15 for the one lump of fat. That doesn't seem like it's worth that. Let's craft a few copper bars here. So that way we can make pipes, which we know is very good at... Oh, I can just feed you the blue samples, can't I? I hope that this is advisable. Or at least not inadvisable. That demolisher, 25% chance to refund all construction costs from demolishing. By default, 50% refund. I didn't even see that it was only half. Well, good to know, and that probably is a useful thing. But for now, I'm picking up the grappling hook, and instead, I'm just going to try to not have to disassemble anything, I guess. Wrong one. Alright, so what does the garden require? I need some more bolts. Goes up. Yeah, I get some more wool in there, and... I was just curious if we could actually shoot those things or if they're just purely atmospheric. On the other hand, the explodey things do seem to... We can kill those off from a range. That's good. Because otherwise those would, in fact, be concerning. Pick that up and pick that up. Something back there. So... I think there's something back there. It certainly looks the part. That, refill some water. That up. Craft that. So in order to build this garden, we need, again, 3 wood and 2 bolts. Well, 2 wood and 2 bolts, I think. Oh, yeah, our workbench is literally right here. What am I doing? The answer is, of course, being confused by something quite simple. Farming. Seeds in the garden beds which you find during your adventures. Most often, you can obtain them from void fish. To plant them, you will need to interact with the garden bed while having any seeds in your inventory. After planting, water the garden bed. This will ripen after some time. Harvesting, there's a chance of getting back the seeds you used. Chance. So is it not guaranteed that we'll get things? That's unfortunate, but oh well. Yeah, again, these are just background things, right? Or maybe they're immune to gun. They could very well literally just be immune to bullets. Or at least immune to whatever, like, weird infinite bullets we have that are, for some reason, endless. Oh. I did not hit the brakes. I hit the wrong one. Oops. Hey. Boil some water, which is surely a perfectly fine thing to eat, right? Alright. Now, hold the handbrake and... look around and see what I can get at here. The answer at the moment is not much. So, what do we need to build this lab? 10 points and then whatever we need from it. Okay, let's make a couple of these real quick, and off we go. Off we go. Those up. Get the item from the weird blue thing. And it sees nothing in the area, so... And these in. Oh yeah, I guess we only need to hand in the one for now, but we'll definitely need to hand it together at some point. Have to make bandages. Okay, now, wrong button. Also wrong button. What do we need for our lab? Copper wire, a spring, and one piece of wood. Okay, with that done, open that, please. And we set down our lab. And what can we do with this? This is another thing that requires fuel. And this lets us make various chemicals. I see. Search bandage 1. I can do that. Here, take this pipe. And here, armory, an ammo box. Let's craft 2 bandages, I guess. Or is that indicating that it's 2 phases? No, I think it wants 2 bandages. This is a bit weird because we only got the 1 piece of leather. Where am I supposed to get the other one? Oh, whatever. Whatever. Let's pull the handbrake again and keep moving. Transmission. Just briefly so I can get that piece of wood. Scrap metal. Yeah, we're just like an inch too far off there. Well, crud. So we don't have a way of like manufacturing more leather, do we? Now what can you do with this? Look. It's temporarily stunned collision box. Well, you can build it anyway. Seems like it might be useful. Springs and bolts. Music changed rather abruptly. I don't quite know what I did to induce that, but okay. Oh, right, I need to fuel this up. Bring another, go 2 logs in there. And yeah, we'll make the 2 unstable chemicals. Make this grappling hook. Grab that, and first bandage. Yeah, see, I need another one. Story. Oh, it takes up 2 slots. That is kind of great. Okay. All right. Turn off the handbrake here and keep going. Keep looking around. All right. Okay, so that's how we do that. Excellent. So it is just grappling hook the flying. I guess those are void fish. Cues. I gotcha. All right, so we've got this started up. Weapon. What's our deal here? Build an armory. Oh. It's me forgetting how to close the thing. Even though the piece of information is literally right there. Alright, plant our organic seeds and irrigate and just wait. All right, we need to remember to research the armory at some point. Grab that. Okay, good. It did go into our inventory. All I saw was it just dropping, so I was quite concerned for a second there. Well, I guess technically this game has a fishing minigame in it. Of a sort. Oh, I saw this field go for the item I was going to try to grab. That's fun. See, I saw something, and there it is. God, yeah, that's too far away for me to try to do that. Oh, there's another train over there.
Can you see it too? Or am I hallucinating already?
That's probably a dangerous bunch of fellas out there. For all I know, anyway. Draw attention, huh? Well, it seems like a perfect way for me to make sure that they're hostile.
Whatever.
Is to shoot them. That's the sensible thing to do, right? Okay, now there's some stuff that we missed back here, so we're going to do this. And, yeah, nothing for now. I think we've got everything in this area, so let's get back to it. Alright, hit the brakes, and add some fuel here. Two copper ingots. Yeah, let's try a copper wire and see if that has any different returns from this guy. The answer is probably going to be that it's also worth 8 points, but it's good to know. And we build ourselves an armory. And let's take a look at our quest log here. Oh yeah, I should go harvest the organic crops and see what we need to build the armory. It's our return from that is just called organics. That's very helpful. Extremely descriptive. I guess it's just a little generalized for various reasons. Okay, we start off by making 2 more copper ingots. And then we need 2 springs. Yeah. That, and double check that it was pipes. Yeah. 2 copper pipes. Well, that's working. Because we're allowed to not be at the workbench while things craft for surprising reasons. Pick up this stuff. Hey, neat. We managed to grab multiple things there. And apparently that was worth an achievement. I wasn't even trying for that. Okay. That's just a little bit outside of our range. That up for the water. Got our iron bars. These in place. 2 springs. Forward. And stop. You know, I'm curious about something before I do that. What's point value on these? Also 8. Well, the copper parts still seem to be the ones that are a little bit less precious to us at the moment, so... Alright, what can you tell me here? Weapon modules can be found among loot from enemies and in chests. See, already replace weapon modules. Ah, good. Our weapons are breakable. Well, I mean, I guess it's a crafting game, but that's still kind of bothersome. Okay, so... we don't really have parts for that, so I'd have to look into that more, I guess. Place any weapon module. Let's see. I don't even have any of those to actually do that with, but okay. Go ahead and use that. And did that complete the quest? It did. Okay. So I think for now, basically the main thing we want to do is just steadily move forward and pick stuff up. The loot catcher does help with cleaning some of this stuff up faster. So that's good. That is very helpful, at least. And especially if there was stuff under us, like, I missed that very easily. Just because I rarely think about looking below me. Much like how a dog can't look up, I can't look down. Or something. Hit bricks. Let's do a little bit of that to pass the time here. And pull this thing. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of other junk over on this side of the tracks right now. Kicking our brake there, and okay, I see that the water tank was actually getting a little bit drained. It's not very easy to tell because the color on the outside of the tank is a bit pale. I mean, I guess it doesn't really have to be black on the inside, but it does kind of make it look a little bit odd as a gauge. At least at first. Because it's like, oh, I can't tell if that's empty or if that's just like the effect at the top of the water that we saw there. Now, hold on. Saw an item back there. Oh, that got already. Okay, good. Neat. Press the transmission handle again. And now, perhaps it is just that I'm very early in things, and in fact, I definitely am very early in things. This game has multiplayer, and I feel like the amount that would add would be very little. This is all extremely manageable by a single person, and that's kind of the thing you would want for a multiplayer experience. Maybe it's different in multiplayer. Maybe there's just like more shit to pick up or something. But again, part of that might just be like, hey, there could be more to do in multiplayer or anything. But so far, I mean, this is just extremely relaxed. And I mean, hey, there's a place for a fairly chill game with your friends. It's not like there's no need for it, period, in the world of gaming. It's just that I'm not quite sure what it adds from a gameplay-specific perspective. Of like, well, I guess you have multiple people who can do grappling hooks. Maybe you get multiple trains and, or, like I said, more drop access. Which would probably be one of the big things I would want, would be something like that. I mean, I have a decent chunk of stuff right now, but I am still very concerned about using things in general because, like, it does seem that our resources are quite limited at this point. And this is true of basically any of these kind of, like, survival crafty games. Even in Minecraft, your resources are quite limited. It's just that technically it is infinite if you go long enough. And usually you're not, like, extremely limited. I've been basically sitting at a point for a while now where it's like, okay, I have enough to... I'm curious, can I actually shoot these things up close? Okay, I can. So that's neat. Oh, that was an unusual, I guess we had a different reload animation because we're out here flying around. Also, that noise that the loot catcher makes is really very similar to one of the noises that the musical Turtles makes in Banjo-Kazooie, and so there's something very funny about that to me. I mean, yes, it's not exactly an unusual noise or anything, it's just that the fact that it is that close. Ultimately, it's like me holding up somebody's arm bone and saying, I found this humorous. Bones. 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 Wait. That up. break. Yeah, I didn't suppose we'd... Well, we can stand on the rocks. It's just that it's not useful. Okay. Keep going. Oh shit, I think we're actually getting kind of near another station. Alright, pull the brakes. And he's searching the area. Heck. All right. Brakes off. Let's go. Yo, how's our inventory looking right now? Actually, pretty good. Pretty decent. We could start building some more parts for a few things here and there. Pick that up. Hey, another item. We supply our water from there, and Here, sure. Let's make a couple of... Let's make some more copper ingots. Yeah, we still got a ways to go before we hit that next station, I think. That up. Grab these and max out our copper pipes. Pick some up and feed. Get our research points. How much are any of the other things worth? The fat is only worth 1. About the leather. The leather is only worth 1 as well. Well, that's far too valuable to be wasted on that. That's for fucking sure. Eesh. Meanwhile, we can gladly max those out. Make one more. And by that, what's our next phase of research looking like? Oh, we can start getting some armor going. That's probably a good thing here. That, and grab whatever that is. Get anything new here? Yeah, okay, so this is a game table for a game called Dance on the Boat, I guess. Ah, gotcha. I wasn't sure what the deal was there. Let's hand those in. And buy that. That would be at the workbench, wouldn't it? Yeah, what do we need for... We need 1 more leather and we need 2 more bolts. So I have a feeling that we're not really going to be able to get that 1 more leather very easily. Not right now. Maybe in the next area. But admittedly, that is what I was originally thinking that the leather suit would be good for. Unless we get some more fish to spawn as we approach the station here. At least I think we're approaching a station. Hey, good catch, because I completely whiffed that like a effing buffoon. Okay, hit the brakes. Pick up our item. That. go. Let's keep going. Pick that up. And let's refill the water. Okay, we're going into another tunnel, so we should be headed to another platform. Maybe we'll actually get parts to get that weapon upgrade. Who knows? I sure don't.
I see. Can't expect a warm welcome. That's a shame.
Got in here. Builder box. Resources not be saved if you leave the depot without picking. Okay, so that's kind of useful to have a place to store our stuff just in case we need it here. Ooh, good amount of ammunition. But also, we don't have another weapon, so how much use that does us, I don't know. But I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, I'm back, everybody. Let us continue with our picking up stuff we can't fit in here. Our inventory is full. Inventory is full. Yeah, thank you. Oh, okay, so that's just an auto insert button. Or am I not allowed to... Is that just too much ammunition that I'm not allowed here? That was all bullets. Also, where the hell did the bullets go in our inventory there? They seem to have disappeared. What's in here? Okay, yeah, so we are limited to how many of a certain item we can have in any given slot. I gotcha. So let's put 20 wood in there, because that thing will definitely always need fuel. That. And you, I've got a blue sample so you can get some free points. Let's just build the armor plate. Can we get more food capacity here? Not yet. You cannot do anything right now. You're going to have to just stay there. And yeah, that's an ammunition-specific inventory, I guess. What's the music coming? Stop? Whatever, time to start taking a look around. Honestly, I didn't think that would do anything to the crates, especially after our punch failed to do anything. But I guess I was just curious. Oh, that radio seems to be, making a little bit of music. Receiving a broadcast of some kind. Add a little extra to the atmosphere, I suppose. Hey, why not, right? Any goodies in here? Pick this up. Pick this stuff up. Hey, cool, another blue. Ooh, is there gambling in here? Oh, yeah. Oh, we can play Clover Pit in this game. Fuck yeah. That's what I like to see. Ooh, we got a trade station of some kind here. Well. How much scrap metal do I have in my inventory? Yeah, I was going to say, I don't need that too much, I think. But we can only vend 3. That's fine. That's enough. That should be enough leather for us for a little. Oh, yeah, I can let us make the suit now. Right. But I probably need some bolts, right? Yeah, I need to make a couple of bolts real quick. If I want to be able to make that. Pick up that log. Pick up all this stuff. Ooh, a red sample. So, what is the difference between the red and the green samples? The blue samples, pardon me. I haven't seen a green sample yet. Ah, it's just worth more research points. So honestly, I probably could have just not bothered feeding these anything. And we would have been fine. That two. It's a side task, Mike. Ring. Well, alright. Take our bolts and make our leather suit. Wait a moment or so. Yeah, we probably definitely shouldn't be advancing that anytime soon either, so that going. Whip you, and what do we need for the backpack? We need a bolt and a copper pipe. That is quite easy, actually. I'm gonna just sit here and stare at this screen again for another moment or so. Yeah, we got an achievement for making 20 iron bars. Well, neat, I think. It just says I can attach armor plates to it. I gotcha, so it's not giving me armor by itself. Well, that's fine. Take this, and A. +1 heavy item slot and 6 inventory cells. Alright. So yeah, let's make this armor plate. Get up. Inventory. Just E to use. And there we go. We've got an armor plate on us just in case. I have a feeling there's going to be some fighting in here, so maybe things will heat up after however much this has been so chill. Yeah, I can't pick up any more of that ammunition because I haven't got that yet. Fortunately, you cannot just break those open. I don't know, I thought maybe they'd be worth something. And maybe if you could obtain them, they would be, but you can't. So no good. That's no good. Thank you, Sonic. Whoa. Yeah, we got some fairly generic enemy soldiers here, a couple of HECU guys. Yeah, like I was saying about it, might get a little bit hot, but it definitely did.
What's that sound? Is there someone else in here?
You can hear their voices shockingly loud for how, like, distant some of them are. Well, yeah, this is just the way I generally don't feel like combat in most of these types of games is usually any good. This is... Well, I've played worse. I'll say that. But also, it does kind of feel like, damn, you can probably go down pretty easily if you are caught out. Because we definitely had a section where we lost a lot of HP real fast. Oh, hey, we got a token, so we can go play Clover Pit if we want to. Ah, yes, our character knows how to handle any situation. That's pretty good. Teeth. And it's a Jaws parody, obviously. Hey, Retro. How's it going? It did say to listen to the message. I didn't know we could interact with it again. Oh, what are we gonna start hitting it again? To...
Once again, a self-made trolley, small with armed, motives unclear, presumably linked to. The personnel has been eliminated on post number. Permission granted to open fire to kill. Over and out.
Is that us that they're worried about, or is that the other? That did look like a pretty big train.
We're connected to someone. We got here on a scientist trolley, through his portal. We're using his notes. We're following his trail. Maybe that's who they're talking about.
I think we're into some dangerous shit, really. But there's still some more area to take a look around here. Let's have our pistol out. And not the grappling pistol, as much as that might be handy in some regards. Get some more blue sample. Like I said, it's worth checking around. That's more research points for us. So that's excellent, in fact. The hell is this? Aside from some kind of slightly unnerving altar. I can't do anything with that. Yet. Maybe it's something we'll see more of later on and we'll be able to do stuff with them. But for now, I've got that token. Let's go feed it to the gambling machine here and see what happens. Oh. Wow, we actually came out ahead. Hey, we got some stuff for it, so that's neat. Oh, we still have more tokens? I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but I'm not surprised that eventually it would be like, yeah, by the way. Okay, yeah, so here's our last death location. We, of course, don't drop anything because I turned that off because I thought it was going to be kind of annoying. And that's our first time we died, was to the The gambling machine grenade. So I can't say for sure if it is, but it probably will be eventually. Oh, that is locking to... It's obviously it's locking to the train. Which is a little bit too far away to do anything useful for us right now, but hey. First of all, hey buddy, have some of these. We unlock the recycler. Ooh, magnetic hook. Sounds handy. Meanwhile, the steam engine takes a lot of research points to get to. And off we go. Pull the brakes right now.
Ahem. I want to warn you about something. Aside from the nasty but harmless creatures, there are other, let's just say, hungry monsters.
Ah, now we're getting into the hazardous place, huh? All right. That's great and not remotely concerning. Whoop. Well, at least the sharks decided to go away, I guess. Brakes. Grab that. And... let's see, aim at that nice distant chemical glob and see if we can grab it. Not quite yet. Grab that and go off to swimming into space here. Oh no, that was just the rail facing outside where we didn't collide with it. Because they do that in this game, and it's very interesting that there's like that much more visual effect for it, because it makes it feel like it's some sort of thing that I should find important in a lore sort of perspective. But I'm pretty sure it's literally just happening so that way I can get back to the... so I don't collide with the object, basically. Alright, engage brakes. Oh, right, the thing I was thinking of was the, was the backpack is what I was thinking of. Right. Let's go back here. Let's just start growing some more of our organic crops here. Or organics crops, I guess, would be a better way to put it. Because otherwise those seeds are just kind of taking up space in our inventory. Oh, I could have swore I hit the brakes on this. Well, let me go do that real quick. That up. Good job, buddy. Got there before I did by a good margin. Hammer tool. Make sure this has been damaged otherwise. I do wish I could see what I needed to build any of these. Like what types of parts or anything. check. And we're good to go. Back to it. Break. Refill the little guy's water thing and keep picking this stuff up. Okay, so whatever that is, I cannot hook it that effectively. Let's see. All right then. Well. Excuse me. Gotta pick up the coal by hand, I guess. That thing had something. Any good? That's a fair chunk of stuff. You really can't hit those void shark guys very frequently. It's kind of a pain in the butt. That was much better though. Probably because it was dead on with us, so it couldn't dodge very effectively. Alright, we punched a couple of holes in it to a decent extent. Can you get your health bar back in shot here? Well, that shark is almost dead, but not quite. And the downside is I don't know where the hell it went now, so... Yeah, these things are really hard to hit. Oh, but we did get one of them. Very nice. Water. Oh, you fuck off. Get off of there. Alright, so now I gotta Remember where my T keys, apparently. And repair all of our shit, because apparently, like, this whole area got... It kind of donked a little bit over there, but... Put that away, and... Pick those up, water it, and... Keep on going. Eat, we got some more wood. I see that shark thing is getting kind of annoyed at us. Not much worth in doing anything with that. There. Who's there, actually? Is that shark? I didn't kill it, did I? Can't possibly have gotten it yet. What would I be using the lump of coal for? Is it supposed to get, like, chucked into an engine? That would make sense. Well, looks, don't see any more items. There might even not be many more items for a bit here. Because I see us getting pretty close to this island over here. Buddy, you were taking a lot of damage there for a second, and then you stopped taking as much damage, and I definitely landed a decent number of hits still, so it wasn't that. For anyone who was thinking it, although, to be fair, I was for a second too. Pretty bad shot. Oh. Won't let me stop. Can't just land on the thing here and take the fight to these guys. Answer is yes. I just have to actually, we died, but that'll be fine. We can just... Again, since there's no real harm to that for us, we can honestly just kind of keep just ramming into our enemy like this till we clear the area. And excuse me, by the way. He's got some sort of shield meter. Unfortunately, I can't swing while I'm in the middle of reloading, which is fair enough. But like, hey, I mean, at least give me the option to interrupt it, right? Oh, we've still got at least one guy here that we can give the business to. Yeah, it's probably a good thing that you reload as quickly as you do, because combat seems like it can get pretty hairy in this in terms of just like being surprisingly energetic in that way. Okay, so there's one end of the cable. So now we gotta go to the other side, right? Here's this thing. But before I do that, I want to collect all this stuff. Oh, you can break through it at very high speed. Well, I think doing that with a simple handcart seems like a poor idea, but hey.
You're wanted at every post. Oh, no, wait. That's not you. It's a scientist accused of stealing classified documents and artifacts. That's what he looks like.
Take the leaflet. And I guess off we go back to our train. But saying that, we have just about run out of time. So now that I'm at this point and I feel kind of accomplished, well, first things first, make sure that we repair everything, because should do... Oh, I can't repair that. I think that is saying that it wants an ingot. So that'll have to wait, huh? Pick that up, and yeah, okay, so for real this time, that was about 3 hours of Voidtrain. I don't feel like we got particularly far, but well, it's kind of a survival crafty action game, and most I can say about it is it's all right. I'm not a big fan of this type of game as a rule, and honestly, I don't think I like the aesthetics of everything quite as much as I thought I would do from the material that I saw on Steam. It's okay though, I wouldn't call it bad. It's just not my bag.